Hello, friends. This is Captain Den here in the den with the crew, picking up where we left off last week with the Great Silver Dust debate. Fair amount was talked about offline. We decided that party's going to do what the party's going to do. They're going to try several different things. Parameters were set, information was reiterated, and where we leave us last week was Crumb and Harv saw a strange glow from the north. When they went up there, they found that a flaming skull was slowly drifting to them and started cackling, and the rest of the party immediately jumped into action. As the skull moved in between everybody, it cast a spell and turned itself to have this blurry field around it as a bunch of zombies started rising up from the ground. With a mighty blow and expending all the will of his saint, Crumb smashed the crap out of the skull, bouncing it off the ground, and it was teetering with huge cracks in it. As the zombies approached, Ymir held the line, and their skirmishers fired off arrows from afar. And with a magic earth in hand, Valfrid jumped up and crushed the skull and ended it before it could unleash its cataclysmic, destructive fire magic upon the entire party, which would have been bad as we looked at it last week. Crumb was able to come across. He studied these for some reason extensively when he was back at the academy, and he imparted a bunch of knowledge to the party. One which I will iterate again to them, which is crucial, that this cursed skull of an ancient wizard that's turned into the flaming skull will reform itself within 1 hour after its destruction. And they have some ideas behind Crumb's knowledge of these creatures on how to prevent it. Whether they have the tools, the knowledge, or the gumption to get it done, we're going to find out right now. We're not going to do any introductions today. We're going straight in. So go ahead and take it away, boys.
All right, guys.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's see what we can find in this room. There's got to be something.
I think we can use the forge as an impromptu jail cell for this thing. It's rated to hold high heat, enough to melt mithril. And if we can find a way to secure it in there, I don't think it'll be a problem anymore.
Contain it within.
Yeah.
Within the forge.
If someone just has to double check the hopper on the top to see if it's closed. And there might
Would a
even
flaming skull capable of moving about without limbs be able to manipulate something outside of the forge that might release itself?
It might have some kind of mage hand, some sort of unseen servant or something it could
What does
cast.
Crumb say about that? Crumb, you did history on this thing, right?
Yeah.
So is it capable of doing that?
It's capable of doing. It's just very dangerous.
Who knows?
That is pretty much the extent of what I know. It's just very dangerous.
Okay, so we need to check that forge for any exit points because it
Right.
looks like it's got a bellow attached to it.
Well, here's my idea since you weren't here to hear it. Okay, so I had the idea that we bury it, but locking it in the forge is just as good. And then I suggest, just for the hell of it, we try to make holy water with the sacred cup of St. Augustine, the silver cup of St. Augustine that we have. Maybe one of our paladins could pray to their saint, or maybe Ymir could pray to St. Augustine to bless some water that's in the sacred cup. We could cast that in, sprinkle that on the skull. Perhaps Gundridge could carve some dwarven runes that might give us a little help. That would bind it, and maybe Valfrid, you could make a binding circle to keep it in there, and maybe Crown could consecrate the ground. Maybe that might all help. It's not hurt. It won't hurt to try.
Absolutely, I
We
think we
need to
should
try
try it.
something.
All right, so it's going to take us time to put the holy water together.
Okay.
Well, if we just put it in the silver, if we just put it in the silver, we have the silver chalice. I mean, we have water, so you could maybe try and turn that into holy water. I don't know. It's worth a shot.
Definitely worth a shot,
Is-
and I can try to check and see if the forge needs mending of any kind, and I might be able to repair, do some
Yeah.
quick
Gunners-
repairs on
Does
it.
Gunners
it
should
look
have
like
to
there
do
was a
that.
battle that took place in here? I mean, other than us killing the zombies, but something like there was a fight in here that caused all the dead bodies that later animated as zombies?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
I will see if it will populate.
I will make an insight check for you. Sorry.
Oh, it looked like it's starting to load up here.
What?
Yay!
It's very slow. Let me
I'm gonna AFK for a
link
second.
it again.
Some came through.
Alright. Yeah,
Did one.
didn't affect
came
the
through.
roll. I mean, it was just bad.
5
You're like,
Come
yeah.
through. You can see one
you
that
know.
came through.
came through as a 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's hard to tell, seeing how there's been a recent combat here and it's completely messed up. As far as, because you guys just was in here throwing magic and the ground is like all misshapen because the giant hand was going around trying to swat at, the zombies, so kind of, you could infer, yeah, probably, but it's hard to kind of figure out exactly what kind of
no,
played
because I
out.
was going to suggest if there was some kind of curse, like this spirit is restless because it was, it died on unconsecrated ground or something. We found the body and burned it. We found a wizardly body. Or maybe we just burn all the bodies, and maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, suggest whatever you want,
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be able to help with the churchy types, so while they're doing that, I'm going to start digging around and dragging bodies into a pile, I guess. See if I find one that looks like it might have been a wizard at one point, maybe even without a head.
Okay.
Good to be back. Yeah, if you didn't catch that, Harv's moving around and searching and looking, and if nobody else has climbed up on top, he'll climb up on top and see if the hopper's sealed. And
Yeah, I'm gonna inspect the hopper too, or the forge, and see if we can seal off the bellows. Make sure that that isn't a weak point, and anything that looks broken on the if there's a door or whatever, I'll start mending it with my cantrip mend.
Okay. I got what most of you doing.
Somebody might want to take a look at the ceiling above the hopper, just in case we need to cause a collapse.
Gundrich?
Yeah?
Gundrich, can you see if the ceiling is capable of being collapsed in a controlled sense to cover the forge? We can bury it.
Hey, big man with the pointy horns, paladin, come over here. Bring your light. Oh wait, you're right here already. Sorry. Ugh. My head's still ringing a little bit.
I'm gonna move off to the corner and start looking at the silver cup and.
Chalice.
Game's paused.
Oh, game's paused.
Sorry. Paint game is no longer paused. Yeah, feel free to, tell me how you're inspecting the chalice. Everybody feel free to move around as long as you don't move out of here. And as long as you don't start going down this hallway or past this point of the wheel. If you move out of any of that area, I'll pause it and then let you know. I'll let you know. I'm not saying that there's combat.
DM.
So
Looking at the chalice, can I make a religion check to see if I can recall a paladin and ever doing this before?
yeah, for sure.
19.
Damn, it's good. So what the issue is that Sure. I mean, some have asked for divine providence, and you've heard stories, and even high level clerics, being able to do it at a whim. But you actually kind of studied a little bit more of the making of holy water, and you keep smacking yourself in the head like you normally would probably bring some of this. So you know that what the process is that usually that there's a special mill that's usually at each church, or medium-sized church or bigger or something like that, and they grind silver on like a blessed giant grinding stone that usually either uses a water wheel or a windmill, and they kind of like mass produce the materials. And what the really fine powder does to the water is that it kind of infuses the water with micro something, little pieces, micro particles that will kind of like embody the power of the saint.
My question.
Right, but I'm just telling you about the holy water because that was a question that was asked last week. So
the holy water part, I totally get.
Yeah,
I totally get. I'm more inquiring about, can I recall anywhere in my order someone doing this without all of that through just divine intervention?
Yeah, people talked about it, before. Sure. Clerics mostly, not really much in the way of paladins. Paladin would just be like, yeah, no, I just smited that evil and destroyed it with my weapon, right? But clerics have talked about divine intervention before, for sure.
Like in paladin class at the academy, were there any like fables or just kind of like kind of in passing stories that might actually have seemed legit with the role that I made?
Yeah, not, like I said, mostly like clerics who spend a lot more of their time praying and, and in study and devout, they have called upon, asking for divine intervention. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from trying, All
right, so I'm gonna hold the cup in one hand with the water in it. I'm gonna wrap an amulet around my other hand, and I'm gonna clasp that over the cup. So I'm basically, both hands are interlocked around the chalice with my amulet weaved in between my fingers, and I'm just gonna start meditating at first.
Okay. What are you gonna say in that meditation?
I'm just gonna throw my mercy at St. Augustine and just pray and pray and pray and saying, I've been doing such good in your name, converting those who need to be converted, showing the light to those who see. Please help us dispatch this particular evil so we can continue our trial and continue helping those who need it the most.
Huzzah!
Look up.
And I'm just going to chant that over and over again.
Holy shit. All right. So,
In other words,
sorry,
you owe me.
I'm not clapping for you. I'm clapping to keep the beast that is standing beside me from escaping, which is my horrible little homunculus of orangeness. Oh, come on! Okay, that's it. You're done. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. Sorry, language. I'm sitting here. Let me just say this real quick. I have 3 monitors around, right? And one of my screens right up against the window. And I have to reach over it to shut the window to look down. As I was looking down at her, she leaped up at my face and freaked the crap out of me. I'm going to do it again because it's not sounding like. She's mad because I'm cutting her off from escaping. Okay, Ymir, you're sitting there praying in the corner away from everybody, and you're thinking of the thoughts of St. Augustine, and you kind of drift off as you're murmuring to yourself for a little bit, and you just start to get a vision of a sword, and it's a sword that has this greenish glow to it, and it's just standing there in the dark, and you feel for a second that you're walking towards it, and you reach out with your hand and touch the bottom of the pommel, and then the green light slowly turns to gold as you're clutching, your holy symbol in your one hand and the chalice of this water in another, and and then all of a sudden you wake up. There you go.
There we go. Well,
It's not often that you get a vision, period. But you're so tired, or
at this point, I'm looking visibly shaken, guys. Like I've seen like a ghost,
Oh.
but also like elated at the same time. It's kind of this weird juxtaposition of emotions that you're seeing on my face. But I'm dead silent, staring at all of you.
Do you have something to share?
I think I did it.
You think you did what?
I think I have holy water.
Well, let's try it.
How do we test if it's holy?
Well, we try to sanctify the.
Can I do an
skull.
Can I, as a paladin, could I do an investigation to see if it worked, or some kind of?
Always just try the
Check.
ritual on it.
yeah, I
Probably
mean,
best not to question the gods. Maybe we just go ahead and act like it is and move forward.
Have faith.
With putting it
You're right.
in the
All about
putting it in the
faith, right?
forge and sealing it up and move on and cross our fingers.
Yeah.
So we got one. I think we cover all of our bases. We still lock it in the forge. We use whatever I've got in this mug.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I think from the magic that I've seen elsewhere, when we've changed something, when you dispel something or you remove a curse, let's say, you will see some type of transformation physically in the physical form. So we might be able to just try it on the flaming skull and see if we notice a change. If there is no change, then
We lock it.
we
in the
can
forge
only
first.
hope. Yeah, we'll definitely lock it back in the forge.
All right. Maybe both paladins should pray as well while we do that.
I
And
mean,
you Crumb is already praying when you look
There
over.
you go.
if we look at the skull, does it just look like a regular skull, or is it?
I mean, as you look down at the skull right there, you might want to move closer to it. You're good 5-10 feet away. I mean, nobody picked it up, right?
No.
Yeah, no.
Nobody touched it. Nobody decided to put it on their head and dance around or anything. Maybe Obert's does. Let's see if Obert's does something.
Sounds like something he'd do.
It does sound like something he would do, right? So we're just gonna make a insanity check for him by rolling his wisdom. Yeah, no, he knows a lot better than that. He's actually a lot wiser than you guys think, and he's like, yeah, I think it's best if one of you paladins. This is definitely in your wheelhouse. I'll just step back over here and keep an eye down this hallway, which is empty. All right, so that's what Oberskron does. Gunrich is like, yep, in case it explodes, I'm gonna stand back over here. Okay. Everybody else, move where you're moving.
Well,
Who's gonna pick it up?
they have to.
Who's picking this thing up? Do you want
I'll pick
me
it up.
to pick it up? Oh, you got it. Okay.
Well, I figured I got the chalice in one hand, the skull in the other. Push comes to shove, I just douse it with the chalice.
With that
Bowling ball it.
sealed some of that.
Well, okay. So where is the forge door? Is it on top, or is that?
Well, there's
Is
probably
that
like a coal
an
door that you
exhaust?
can throw the coal
Yeah.
into. Dan?
Sorry, what was that? Somebody asked me a
Oh,
question.
where's the door to the forge?
To the smelter, right here.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good.
And the hopper is up top, and this is the connection point here.
So is the door unlocked to the smelter? Can we
Yeah,
open
yeah,
it?
no. So Ymir already and Gunridge both already looked inside of it. So,
Right. Well, can we open it and just keep it open?
well,
If we need
somebody
to
move over
fire in the
there.
hole.
Move over there to open it. You know, people got to move
Alright,
to where they're
there we
doing
go.
stuff. Okay. All right. Yeah, you go work the handle. It's a little rusted, but somebody's already opened it a couple times to look in it. So yeah, you get it open. The handle. Go ahead and make a. You can make an intelligence roll, or if you have any kind of metalworking skill, you could add your proficiency to it.
He's telling me about it.
Yeah, so you know you don't have any skill in any kind of metallurgy or smelting or anything like that,
Yeah.
or no? Okay.
Not that I see.
The handle seems like it's in decent shape for as old as it is, you know, and that, you know, unless, you know, a huge force hits it, most likely from the outside, that the locking mechanism is still fairly intact.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right, so we somebody want to open the door? I'm going to put the skull in.
Hot.
Door's open.
All
Hot.
right.
Yeah.
I'll make way.
All right, and I place it in.
Well, move. The skull's right here.
Yeah, it might be good if I move towards the skull.
There you go. All right, so you pick it up, and now you got a kind of good look at it being close to the light from Crumb, and you can see that it is the size of like a human skull, and there's all types of runic words on it. And was that on the skull itself? Let's see. Ooh. You're on top
Can I
of
understand any of that stuff?
Well, I'm gonna find out here in a second.
All right.
Trying to see, like, will it give me a list of all languages if there's nothing? No, it's only the last person I checked, right? That sucks. Oh, that's also why. Sorry, I'm being a spaz, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to find the right language. It appears that nobody can read it, unfortunately. Or you can't read it, Valfred, from any of the languages you know, unfortunately.
Do we have time for me to actually do any investigation on the skull, or are you guys hot to try this and leave?
How much time we got left then?
Go ahead and make a. Anybody have the feat that lets you have exact time sense?
Nope.
Nope. So you can roll an estimate. Go ahead and make a insight check.
21.
Yeah, you figure you got about 35 minutes left.
Yeah, you can make a quick look at the skull. We got about roughly 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm curious about this language, and it's going to take me some deep concentration to kind
We
of.
had some paper and a crayon. You could etch it and read it later.
Are they?
Like a rubbing.
Is there a surface to the writing, or is it actually like ink to pen or ink to paper? Is it flat? I'll look closer.
Yeah, it seems to be more of some type of magical ink that was inscribed upon it in some type of magical ritual.
I'll leave it to you guys. I mean, if you guys would allow me to, I definitely appreciate it. But I understand the brevity of the situation. We kind of don't want to dawdle too long. So.
Well, why don't you just make an intelligence roll? And let's see if it roll high enough to see if you get an idea what it may be. Yeah, you know that this is the language that's foiled you before, that it's Draconic, which nobody speaks in the party. But you've been able to use, your magical means to translate or look at things in past.
Right. Well, I'm just wondering if there's any other clues to who this person was. Is my goal here. I'm thinking at least maybe an incantation to trap this skull. They might have had to use the person's name.
Roll Arcana on top of that.
All right.
Can I buff him on that?
Yeah, you have it trained?
I've got train Arcana.
Yeah, you can. Roll a 10 or more and he gets advantage.
How's a 16?
That doesn't. You get advantage.
Oh, it was almost a 20.
Oh, I saw that bang off. It's still a 20 total.
Yeah.
Do you recall back in the old days, you don't get the intimate knowledge of its tactical abilities that Crumb did, but in the ritual, usually, at least as far as the Golden Strand goes, it's usually a wizard, either a captured rogue wizard who's committed atrocities, or the ultimate payment for a member of the Golden Strand that has repeatedly broken the tenets of the order and used his magic for profit, despair, and anger. That this is the punishment. And you recall that usually part of the ritual / curse, and now it dawns on you why when Crom said one of the ways to get rid of this is to remove curse.
Right.
Is that, the Golden Strand, if they were the one who created this one, most likely they were, that his sentence is usually imputed upon his skull as part of the ritual.
Got it. Well, possibly, to glean a little bit more information of why this skull is even here, it might be worth finding out who it actually was that was turned into such an abomination. So if you allow me, it's going to take a little bit of casting here, but I might be able to figure out who this was.
Do you need the skull now to figure out who it was, or can we?
Yeah, no, I'll need it.
How long is this going to take?
I'll have to ritually cast one of my spells.
That's 10 minutes. That's 10
10
minutes.
minutes. Yeah, it's 10 minutes. Yeah.
All right.
Well, how long does a spell normally take to cast?
One action.
Yeah, so it's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. We got a 10-minute buff. We gotta win. We got 30 minutes total. So.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start casting a ritual cast of comprehend languages.
All right. So you take out your accoutrement for that and start to go through your notes in your book. What is everybody else going to do for this 10 minutes?
Well, hell, in the last 35, 40 minutes now, Harv's probably been all over the place and should have already been up atop and seen what the top of the hopper looks like.
Okay, 20 feet. Make a climbing roll.
What did Dundred say about the ceiling, too?
He's like, nah, I don't know. I clear things. I don't make traps. Ask the thief about that. He rolled really crappy if you saw me roll earlier for that. All right, Harv, you skitter on up with no problem. Yeah, the hopper is closed. And what you do see is that there's a broken mechanism when you get over to here of like a metal pull lever that worked out that came out right about here where I just pinged. But you can see that that it's kind of damaged. So you can't open the hopper, though it's currently closed.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, lads, the hopper's closed and it can't open. This thing's broken.
Oh, good.
In case your holy shit doesn't work.
Thank you, Harv.
Sorry, I resorted to some goblin there. My apologies.
I understood you. I'm fluent in Goblin.
Well done.
I'm going to keep looking around, see if I see anything that looks like the headless corpse of a wizard.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. If anybody's going to help him, you get advantage.
I help. I'm on Overwatch.
Okay, so
Nothing goes wrong.
make an investigation check with a 10. See if you give him advantage.
Nope.
Nope. So go ahead and make. Yep, there you go. I guess. Sorry. Like you look around, and most of the bodies that you find look like dwarves and orcs that fought in this area. Though some of the bodies looked a little bit more preserved, which were the zombies that were left here, which you've then sent back to the plains of hell. And then the other ones are just broken old weapons that are decayed or rusted, but you don't find any bodies of any wizards or wizardly robes or any leftover items or devices here like that.
Okay.
Anybody else? Ober's God's like, it's like, let me see what's his mood like. What is Ober's mood's like? I'm gonna. He's like, this lore may be important, but I think it's a waste of time. And the more time we don't try to destroy that skull, the more chance of it coming back and blowing us all to the kingdom come. And he's like kind of pacing around a little bit.
I think he's getting nervous, boys. How are we coming along with that spell there?
In a few minutes. I think I'm nearing the end here.
All right. Spells. I was trying to look up ritual casting real quick, but
Oh, okay.
I got distracted. Let me see. It's in the next chapter. Spell. Yeah. It doesn't say anything. Yep. All right, so you finish up your spell, and slowly the symbols of Draconic work back into a legible part of your brain, and the words start to clarify. And I'm trying to find my spot here. More time. And there we go. So it says, written in Draconic, Here is the skull of Valen Moore. Heinous crimes committed against the people of the Middle Realm and of the Order of the Golden Strand. Sentenced to imprison to protect what he's tried to steal for eternity. And that's what you see in there. So that should be enough to tell you what's going down.
Cool. Thank you.
Interesting.
So,
Like granting a creature immortality is a poor way to stop it from doing evil deeds again.
Right?
well, it wasn't, you never know. I don't know. I gotta stop talking. That name seemed kind of important, though.
Valen Moore.
All right, so when he's done with that, I'm gonna kind of just take the skull and start walking over to the forge.
Okay.
Yeah, I read this to everyone so everyone knows. I translate it.
Suppose everybody maybe a history check?
If you are paying attention and thinking about it, you can roll.
Arv, you're a professor. Why don't you make a history check?
Yeah, Arv wasn't a professor. He wasn't a teacher at the university. He was a specialist that would run errands for Vadarum. He was kind of like a troubleshooter and collector for, mail and posts and books and collect students.
Files.
Yeah, he was like the executive assistant for a while for Vadarum.
Well, I'll roll my history to see it,
Sure.
since I was the one most interested in trying to determine where this was sourced from. So, where they got this skull? Oh,
Man, that was going towards 16. Yeah, that name doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I rolled mine because I'm trained, but nothing.
Yeah, not a clue.
Or maybe it is a clue. Harv, you remember some information? You remember, because you were doing a lot of research at this place, trying to find it with Gunridge, and you guys spent time, collecting data and books over the last 2 years. That was kind of like the pet project you were on. And that name rings a bell. That there was an old bard song about that name, you think, maybe, and that he tried to steal a weapon that was called the Ghoulbane or something, but you can't pull enough of the pieces together to make it all one collective thought. But you're just getting bits and pieces you think you remember. And was that Valen Moore, or was that Hardin Poor? Was that Calvin Tor? I don't know. There's a couple of bits and pieces in there that kind of seem, and then you're like, yeah, maybe I'm just tired.
Gunrich, what? Remember that song in the notes about the theft of some Ghoulbane? And he's going to try to beat out if you can remember what the beat is. Hey Bart, do you know this beat, this song?
And Gunner's like, wasn't that Foolbane about some halfling that drank too much?
Could be. Yeah. Sounding familiar.
I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm just worried about my brother. I feel that he's close.
all right. Well, let's
Move on then.
let's sanctify this Valen Moore.
You start to
So he may
see
never return.
in your hands as this people are talking. Ymir, you start seeing the small flicker in the eyes, and you were listening to everybody talking. You look down, and the skull now is in one solid piece and fully mended, and you could just see this flick, 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 flick.
I douse it with the holy water.
Say a prayer.
Do the ritual. Make it so.
Cleanse.
What are you doing, dog?
Use his name.
Valenmore.
Pray harder. Pray faster.
You never return.
Log off the decayer, we awaken thee. Log off the decayer, we awaken thee.
So as you start chanting, who knows? Maybe that was the wrong ritual that you were thinking of. And so you start praying, and what do?
The appropriate method here to be douse it with the holy water.
All right. So as I understand, it's in Valford's hands right now.
The skull's in Valford's hands.
Okay.
Okay.
Tuck it in the forge.
All right.
Well, don't we want to douse it in holy water first?
Thought you had.
Well,
Yeah.
I said I was, but no one confirmed that the action was happening.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot
right.
of. There was a lot of cross background noise. I didn't quite catch it.
All right. Well,
But
then
the
I
thing
am
is-
moving.
Yeah, Valford has it in his hand because he was the last one to be touching it because he was doing the ritual. You're looking over at it and you see that it's fully mended because you guys are all talking about it, and you start seeing the eyes start to flicker there, Ymir, and that's when you notice it and tell him that. Now you can pour the holy water while Valford's holding it. I just want you guys to be really clear what the order of events are going in.
Got it. Well, if I'm holding it and I don't have the holy water, so I will look over at Ymir and say, Paladin, sanctify this skull of Valenmore. May he never return.
And I look to see when I should apply the holy water.
Okay. Well, he's holding it in his hands, so you're just gonna pour it over his hands with the skull that he's holding.
I'm looking for direction. I'm looking at him, looking at the holy water.
All right.
And
Will the skull fit in the chalice, or is
No,
it,
God,
no.
no.
No. All right. Well, then I will make my way to the forge, to the door of the smelter.
Okay.
and I follow behind him with the holy water.
Yeah, move yourself. All right, and you're carrying it. Got it. Okay, and then Ymir, where are you gonna stand? Okay. All right, so Ymir, as in one hand, you open the door. It opens up. You're gonna try to slam dunk the skull inside.
Yeah, if he's noticing that there's something wrong with it, I'm gonna place the skull on the inside of the door and walk away. It's to give him room.
All right, just make a quick, make an attack roll. Just
All right.
and you can make it dexterity based. It was just so you don't fumble it.
All right. Can I just roll a dex roll? Is that what you want me to do?
Well, I mean, yeah, and then add
Yeah.
your dex bonus and.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sure.
I'm looking under actions. Sorry, I should just do like an unarmed strike or something.
Or do you have like dart or anything like that on it? You don't have any missile weapons, right? That's
yeah, I don't. So
just make a dex roll and then we'll see. We'll just go from there.
okay. +3, 8.
Oh my god! So, yeah, you get it in barely as it clips the side of. You got a little nervous because as Ymir like okay, let's go, and you guys start moving in that direction, and he pulls the door open, and you kind of like toss it in, and it bounces out, and then you kind of like push your body into it and forces it in there, and you can just see that it's pushed back into where the coal chute is, where they put the coal, and you just start seeing its eyes starting to light up, and pulse brighter.
All right, I'll point it out to Ymir. I unfortunately moved it over there.
All right.
And I douse it with the holy water and then close the door.
All right, just make a quick dexterity roll to see how well it goes.
Awesome.
Yeah, make it to hit roll, Yeah, it's fine.
I did a dexterity roll at 18.
Yeah, okay. Either way, it's pretty awesome. So, yeah, so you see it the last second, and you just hurl the holy water onto the skull as it hits the lights, and then you just hear and then you can see that the bones of the skull start to melt. And it starts.
Can you do that again?
Thank you. It says. And then you can see the face kind of start to melt away. And, when the skull was around and it was starting to light up, and it kind of gave you guys a feeling of dread a little bit, seeing this horrible thing. And then you can kind of just see it melt away and the light fades out. And you all kind of feel like, you heard what it said at the end. And it just all of a sudden goes inert and just kind of like this melted puddle of goo inside the furnace.
Hey, I'm gonna pump my fist. By the
Praise St.
power-
Augustine.
The power of St. Augustine, that's right.
And you guys feel so uplifted.
I look to Hard and say, "This is the power of Saint Augustine. This is what this God will do for you."
I see. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it seems like
He'll do the
St. Augustine
with
does
Holy
most of the heavy
Spirit.
lifting here. St. Hellas doesn't, step up all that often.
And I immediately kneel on the ground and I say a prayer of thanks.
Yeah, okay. So Obergond comes over and he pats you on the shoulder, Crumb, and he's like, "Don't worry, Crumb. I know that St. Hellas was the one that smote it and destroyed it in the first place." And then he kind of walks off this way. And then he just kind of snickers as he walks off.
And I put my hand on Ymir and I kind of give him a wink.
Okay. You guys feel slightly invigorated from all that.
All right, I do.
So not as in hit point wise, but emboldened by.
We accomplished something.
No, actually, it's more than that. It's more not accomplishing something. I mean, you feel that at some point there was definitely some type of holy convergence that did happen here. And
Well, we not only destroyed something that was cursed, evil, but we know who he is. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but if the golden strand cursed him, won't you get in trouble for setting him free?
And ultimately destroying him? I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't
he's
think I'll
probably
get in
been here- he's probably
trouble.
Been here long enough.
And Ober's God says, "It's a terrible fate for anybody to have for eternity. And remember, this place has been inert for over 100 years. Perhaps he was only there as a penance for a certain time, but unfortunately, all the ones who dwell in this area died, leaving him here cursed for eternity until we showed up. It sounded from his voice that we have set him free, and no creature is beyond redemption if they follow the path of the righteous." Is what he says. And he's always talking about righteous when Obridge does his opening bit. So there you go.
He's also keeping us from accomplishing our mission here. So he had to go. His time was done.
Good, now we can find Gunner's brother.
That's right.
That's how Kelly got bit. She was holding her dog like this, like a baby, and it felt bad.
Nope.
Is he talking?
Hey, Harv, we can totally hear you, man.
Sorry, I'm just making sure my grandson doesn't get bit by the dog. Gotta
Okay.
pass along the story.
All right.
Well,
Where
let's go
to?
looking for Gondoro.
Where's he next?
Good question.
Good question. Let's look at this
Can
map here.
Harv smell water down that that water the dry bed? Is there water down that direction? Because he was in it.
Yeah, I mean, you could, when you were over there, let's see. Make
One more to the right.
Yeah, let's make a perception roll.
And also, does it look like the water came from that? Is that the entry point for water, or is that the exit point for water?
I've got a cold.
Yeah, I was like, man, you just hear it's just musty and stale from these like totally desiccated. Which, thanks to E-Money last week, corrected me on that. Desiccated, gross zombies, and now it smells like weird, melted, kind of like a lacquered smell with a tinge of burnt singe from the skull being melted and released.
Leathery burnt bacon.
There you go. But yeah, I mean, in between the thunderous sounds of the echo wave that keeps blasting through this place, which unfortunately my soundboard doesn't have that. I mean, we either have nope, that's no good. Let's see. I guess I could do nope. I could do cannons. Nope, that's terrible. So I guess it just comes down to thunder, maybe. So yeah, every 5 minutes or so, you got to remember that big, thunderous crash of goes through the entire, area, all the way from the beginning where you guys started off to this point here. It still, permeates through every location you guys have been in. Hard to tell which way that the water was, or which way it kind of flowed.
Well,
Okay.
there would be actually the water wheel would have, the catch parts would be in the water for catching it, to move it along.
You can make a, smithing check or any kind of mechanical skill check. Just know if you care or even have looked at that before.
Don't have that skill.
If you don't have it in your direct, history or something like that, then it just, give you a general intelligence check to see if you've been around water wheels enough and actually bothered to even look at them. Nah, you don't give a shit about that.
Water wheels are cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're generally round. Well, why don't we pick a hallway and look, since chances are he went down a hallway and not down a river weir.
So north or east?
Looks like there's something off to the west, too, there.
So you got something here. This direction is an actual passage. The dry water bed, there's a small gap that you could try to climb through down here that you saw. And then if you went this way, you saw that, that tunnel. Now, you didn't go fully far down there, but it looks like it went up this way. And then, yeah, you guys did see that there was a hallway down here, but you guys know that from the kitchen room that you guys were in, that it would make sense that you saw that there was a passage and some stairs up here that nobody went to, that it would probably fit, connect into this direction as a base
Since
summary.
we're looking for Gundridge's brother, perhaps we could look for signs of disturbance.
Dust tracks.
Since no one, this is supposedly an abandoned mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Find
It's
out.
gonna be hard to check this area because you guys have walked all over
Right,
this.
but
And there
we
was a
could
big
check
battle.
the hallways. We could go down each hallway and a little bit, see which way.
Yeah.
People move to the directions that they want to check.
All right, let's check over here.
Okay, cool. You're there.
course, it's not my forte, but
Yeah, nobody go past where Darius is. He's starting to look down that way.
I'll go give him a hand if I can. Oh, there I go.
Well, I was trying to get you over that hump.
Oh,
There and now. Wait, so which way? Oh, you're going to Darius, right?
I'm going with Darius. Yeah,
All right. Well, you're
I'm
putting
gonna
your.
go give,
Because splitting
give
the party
Darius
will
a
always
hand.
work well.
oh, we're not
We're
going
not that far off from everybody.
No, we're in the same room still.
Yeah, I thought we were just checking to see if we
Yeah,
got.
just check the
footprints.
exits to the room, see if one is more traveled than another.
You're making me move places I didn't want to move.
All right. What? And then Harv and Ymir and Crumb are just going to sit in the middle.
Yeah, I'll make a tracking roll. That's survival, right?
It's perception to see if you can find tracks, and then it's survival roll to determine what the tracks are.
Does investigation work?
Not normally.
No.
That was a hell of a roll.
That was a hell of a roll for Harv. Harv, yeah.
Yes.
Harv, you find a bunch of recent footprints in this area leading back over this direction. If you had some light, you wouldn't have disadvantage to see the detail because you're looking at them with your night vision, which isn't the best for detail.
Right. Yeah.
Darius, you don't seem to find anything down there.
Crumb, we need some light.
Oh, I was gonna help you there, Darius. Let me see if I can see anything.
Yeah,
real
you
quick.
look.
Oh, crap. Yeah, buddy.
Am I good?
For you. Then it's not for you.
Weird.
15.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that there is a lot of tracks that have gone in this direction that you can see.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't notice anything that's been, moving down there any time recently. So,
And we'll follow Crumb.
all right. Move yourselves up to the point where Harv is. Harv, you can now make a survival roll with advantage.
Good thing.
Yeah, damn good thing for advantage. Yeah, you know these tracks really well. And you seems to be a few human size-ish booted tracks, which seem to be a little bit older, but the one thing you totally see is a large kind of bearish tracks that have deep rooted fingernail or toenails built into it, unbooted, and you're pretty sure those are probably bugbear tracks. You're really familiar with that.
Ooh.
I'll pass along the fact there's some humans and a bugbear have been through here. How long ago?
I wonder if they're friends.
You would probably think a day or two.
About a day back.
Fresh.
Could be
Like
where
the
we need to
human
go.
tracks were running from the bugbear, or
The tracks would be closer together if they're walking or farther apart if they were running.
Now, what you notice, Harv, is that they seem to have just not go into the forge area where you were at. They seem to be just a few kind of poking out in this direction for right here. They didn't walk in this direction, and it didn't look like they went down the stairs.
So it looks like they came from the door.
That make a fair amount of sense, yeah.
So they didn't come through here. They just poked their head out through the door, guys. So
Well, they probably knew the forge area was dangerous.
Yeah.
Seen that floating skull floating around.
Mhm.
Well, shall we go through the door?
Let's
I
do it.
nominate a tank.
What is this over here, Dennis? This it's a dead body?
Yeah, that's just one of the corpses that did not
Alright.
animate.
Okay.
Nothing special. I mean,
Okay.
you've
All right.
already sifted through all of it.
Okay. Okay, well, I say we head towards that door. And
Anybody want to check for traps?
Sure,
let's all look.
I'll go see if I can check.
If you check for traps, I go through the door.
All right, so
I will try and assist.
okay, got to be within 5 feet to.
Fine.
So move yourself into position. All right. You both quietly go up there. Harv, you staying where you're at, or you going in with them?
Oh, I'm going in as well.
Okay. I'll control you guys at this point. So,
So am I
see.
doing a perception check?
Yep, Jet, as you are moving up, and go ahead and take it with
With
advantage. Yep.
Okay. Ew.
Ugh.
Being that I'm up front there as well, make the same check.
Nope. You guys are
No?
working together as a team, so you get one person to make a check. If not, then everybody can make a check when they see somebody fail at the same time, right? So if you guys are committing to working together, then you work together. If you want to all do it separately, you can get it separate. But, you know, sometimes I'll invert the roles, right? And if I do that, then you guys might conflict and have conflicting opinions. So, you know, to mix it up. But anyways, you get to the door and no burning lava pours in on you. A stone pillar doesn't fall and flatten you guys. You guys get there and we're pretty confident that there were no traps, and it doesn't appear to be.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, knock knock crumb. We gonna let Crumb
Alright.
go through the door, or do you want us to go through?
I'll go through the door.
Oh, I'll go through.
All right.
I'll back him up.
Get out of the way.
All right. Here we go.
There's
I
somebody
just try
lost over his Gron there.
Quietly open it.
Oops.
Ah, so you try to open it? Okay.
Quietly.
All right.
Softly.
You go there and you push on the door, and you know, it seems like the catch to open the door has been disabled, and so you try to push it quietly. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Who's making the skill check?
Stealth check, because Crumb's the one on the door. All right. Pretty quietly.
Get down. Get down.
You know, not too bad, but you go there, you think that you have it, it doesn't disable, you push on it a little bit, it doesn't give, and you push on it a little bit more, and it's like, you know, you're like, it seems to be disabled, stuck, or something, but it's not opening with ease as if,
This earlier.
you know, a normal door, right? Something is obstructing or causing the door not to open easily.
Someone can work the lock.
Is it that it's locked, or it's that it's barred?
Or
you know,
something. Something's on the other side. Resistance.
The locking mechanism that's broken, is it something that I can actually see? I'll ask up front. Can you actually see what's broken up on the door?
Can I investigate to see if I see something that's broken?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you
Or is
pull
it just
down the
nothing
handle,
really see?
right? You pull down the handle, which would hopefully release the mechanism before you open the door, and it's just like nothing's happening, right? And so you like hold it down like you normally would, that would push the lever up so the door doesn't open and close, and you lean up against it, and it's just not moving at all. but you're not putting any main strength behind it. You're trying to do it quietly and stealthy, and it's just not giving way.
I look back and I go, should I give it a good shoulder?
I think you should give it the good crumb shove.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and test my strength and see if I can give it a good bang with all my might and weight.
All your might and weight? All right.
Hopefully someone doesn't open it on my way through.
Well, that would be hilarious, right? Okay, so you're going to get some... Everybody's pushed up against you. You don't
I'm
have
not gonna get that. I'm not gonna get like a running start because I don't want to break my shoulder.
Right.
I'm just gonna give it like a, kind of a comfortable like lean back and maybe one step back and bang.
Okay, make a strength roll, buddy. Crumb takes a half step back and puts his shield and body into it. And boom, you're rebuffeted off it. But it does make a... let me roll some dice here. Let me see. Out of luck, you seem to have timed your shoulder bump at the same moment, not intentionally, as the echo of the Echo Wave Cave thunders through the entire cave system again, and could possibly have, not made that thunderous thump you did that noticeable. Who knows?
Do I feel?
Yeah, I mean, so. I mean, nobody's opened the door, but you need to do better than that to bust it open.
But I'm confident that this is worth pursuing through what I've witnessed. I'm gonna go ahead and look
Maybe
back
if
and go.
Ymir helped you.
Can I get a couple things? I'm gonna need a couple steps back, and I'm gonna need some help, and I think we can knock this door in. What do you say?
I'll provide assistance.
Works for me.
Does anybody have guidance? What?
It's one of the best cantrips.
I certainly do not.
All right.
Nope.
What's this door made out of again?
Don't forget stone. And they're all stone and iron bands it seemed to all the doors that you've encountered so far.
Well, let me you mind me trying something?
And I kind of like, I'm like still shaking my shoulder from when I hit it before. Go right ahead.
But the thing is that though the door may be heavy and stuff like that, whatever's holding its place should be able to be broken underneath your might, surely, right?
Right. Well, so I'm gonna try the door and see if I can determine if the locking mechanism is just broken so that we can't unlatch it, or if it's actually barred. Does it feel like it's a broken lock or like handle?
Go ahead and make an investigation on that. Yeah, I mean, it feels like that that the mechanism has been disabled and that it's stuck in the closed position. When you do your investigation, you also see the latching mechanism that's holding it through the thin crack that you can barely see. You could see where Crumb bent it a little bit as you have the light right next to you. You're able to see in there. And so you did something to it, Can
I try to do a mend on it?
No, mending on it would be bad. That would fix. It would fix that, but you wouldn't be able to mend repair like that kind of mechanism,
Got it.
And so it's equivalent if you want to say it. yeah, it's been barred in a sense in that your examination feels that the only way to open it from this side would be through, probably brute force, right?
Got it. Okay. I said, yep, nothing I can fix.
And I'm assuming everybody's doing this in like hushed tones. Nobody's like being loud and boisterous, right?
Now I'm gonna watch this passage down here to the south.
All right.
I'll keep an eye to our rear.
All right. Like Ober's going like, none of you paladin types can handle it. You want me to do it?
I'd be happy to help whoever wants my help. I've already stated it twice.
Do it. Obridge and Ymir.
What? What would Ymir roll a strength check just for his assist?
Well, it's kind of complicated. It's going to be a higher DC than 10 to assist because they're trying to squeeze into a 5-foot area. So it'll be a little bit harder to get that advantage roll on the strength. But, Ymir could roll a high enough strength roll, then, then he will give advantage. Yeah, okay.
No advantage coming for me.
Yeah, sorry. All right, who's going to give it a shot then?
Anyone have a crowbar?
All right. Oberst Gron will go up there. Fine, I'll do it. And you see him sitting there, and he like interlocks
I do have a crowbar, actually.
his fingers, and he ignores you for a moment, right? And he seems to focus his energy. You can just feel the intensity off him, and then he just like goes up and does a precise open hand strike right at the door. It will see if it's enough. And he's like, oh, damn it. And he like, yeah, somebody bring the crowbar in here.
All right, here's crowbar.
Awesome.
I also have a hammer as well. Anybody needs a hammer?
Yeah, I think the crowbar would give you leverage to try to actually in Obergron. Let's see how quiet he was on that particular maneuver. Yeah. Oh, wait. Are you guys seeing my rolls or no?
Yeah. So
I
9.
saw
Okay.
Obridge's roll.
You saw Oberge's roll, okay. And let's see, are you guys seeing this roll? If I can figure out what roll.
No.
You just hear the die go, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
And it pops up and says, Game Master
Question
rolled
mark,
some
question mark.
dice and has question marks.
All right, excellent. I just want to know. From the player perspective, okay?
And someone now is missing their pants.
What? All right, who's going to give that crowbar a little tug and go?
Ymir, you want to both give it a go with a little assist?
I'll give
Both
another
pull on
strength-
it.
I'll give another strength assist.
You don't really need to because the crowbar is going to give you an advantage. You can't get advantage twice. But what you could do if you had any RP points to lend them for automatic +1s, I'll let you do that, assisting in that manner.
I give him an RP point.
All right, mark it off.
Oh, I feel good. I feel like I'm really going to be able to open this door right now.
All right, so you basically get advantage on your strength roll +1.
How do I do a +1?
We'll just add it at the end. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's no big deal.
That'll be easy.
Oh,
That'll be
yeah.
easy to remember.
So basically, you jam the crowbar in there, and you're starting to wiggle it, and Ymir goes and puts a hand on the crowbar, and then you both like yank on it, and you hear this crunch as the door clicks open. And
You just need some of that St. Augustine help.
as the door flings open, you all of a sudden see a bunch of guys standing there ready for you as you see a hurl of javelins coming your direction because you guys made too much noise. So
It happens.
that happens.
Towards Crumb, right? Because I can only see.
You guys suck. You guys totally suck. Yeah, it all goes to poor Crumb. All right. Yeah, I know. But that was.
I gave him that 1 RP point so he could do that. So
Luckily, he's standing next to a healer, so.
At this point, it doesn't matter what you guys see, but wabamo, there it is. So click on your characters and then roll your initiatives.
And you're ready for it?
I'm ready for it. Are you ready for it?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for it. Maybe not. I'm somewhat ready for it.
Now, they're going to get a single action surprise round. And then, which pretty much, I think, it's unfortunately all going to be at Crumb. They weren't sure what was going to come through that door as it kind of throws open.
Well, that's crummy.
That is crummy. All right, so first attack. Let's go here.
Ymir,
pop
don't
that.
forget if you have something next to me, one of your abilities. One of your fighting styles.
All right, well, bam! Here comes the first one.
You're within 5 feet.
Boom! All of a sudden, one javelin bounces off Crumb's mighty shield. I don't even know what you're worried about, dude.
Bring it.
And another one
You can
bounces
roll.
off your mighty shield. Oh boy, you guys are too powerful. This.
We can't see him.
Oh, an 18. Does a 18 hit?
That's a hit. Wait, I have an 18.
Yep.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's a hit.
Do you have a +1? Didn't you just get one from somebody?
No, the +1 was for him in a strength roll and opening the
All right.
opening the
let's
door.
See this damage.
No, I meant somebody's fighting style.
Yeah, I can only the only.
You absorb
Monster.
damage for him. All right, so 6 points are coming in to Crumb.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my. I discard 3 automatically.
Yes, you do. Are you going to use your interception, Ymir?
He already got hit once painfully, right?
Well, he's getting
No.
hit once now.
With
So-
a
This
javelin.
is my first.
When a
this is my
creature you
first-
see is hit by a target within 5 feet of you, which is now,
I have to see the creature, and if that's the one throwing the javelin that I can see, because I can see this one.
no, you have to see the creature. Okay, does it say when a creature you see? Yep, sorry. Yeah, no, it was one farther back. So, Crumb, you take 3 points of damage because of your mega armor power. So, yeah, sorry about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's it. Yeah. Oh no, wait. There's one more. Okay, here we go. 17. So that bounces off. So all of a sudden you see like a hail of javelins come flying at you, and you deflect most of them. One just misses the top of your shield and kind of grazes you in the top shoulder. Maybe it's a bruise, but you were able to turn your shoulder pad and absorb most of the damage. And so now we are on round 1. And there we go.
Right. Okay, so if I bolt around the corner and use my bonus action to hide,
You'd have to move one more.
one more.
He can still see you. Down 1.
How does that work if I shoot at somebody that doesn't see me currently, though?
Well, you could try,
Is it
but
just
there's
easier for me to...
there's no guarantee if you move back that you will get into view the one that couldn't see you. Right? If you could still see them, you know,
I
those
can
two.
only see... I can see this one
Yeah,
here
and this
one.
one.
Here right
Right.
now. But I know there's another one around here that I saw before I took off.
Right? You could assume.
All right, well, I'm going to... Because that was 1, 2, 3. You know what? All right, I'll do one more and hide from them all.
Okay, so that's 4.
4.
Right? Then you're gonna use your bonus action.
Stealth. Yeah, which...
Or also remember that it's half your move, half movement when you're stealthing too. So
Right. And that's... So that was 1, 2, 3, 4.
right?
And then do 1, which would be 2 moves, which I can see this guy. So...
Right. Okay.
With that roll, I don't know... Do I get advantage on the attack?
Let's see. Wish I knew where these passive perceptions were on these guys. You come around the corner and you guys look eye to eye.
Alright, well, I'm going to shoot him anyway.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm still on the stealth roll. I'll go public on this.
Which doesn't seem to do much anyway.
All right, it's tight quarters in there, and it's hard shooting. Yeah. It just, whizzes off just barely at, up to the top right. So that was your movement, there's your action, and your bonus.
That's it, so that's the end of my turn.
Overage gone. He's been kind of pansy lately. All right, you think Overage gone would just be a psycho and go charge in there?
Who knows? Last time he was just throwing his throwing star.
I know. I mean, but he has a boss.
Moves.
He has like a 17 armor class. He has 31 hit points.
Yeah, who knows? It's different. Different Overage Gone shows up every day. So
that's true. All right, I'll since most of his last game he was very cautious. So if I roll 1 through 5, Orcish Rage takes over and he wants to whoop ass. Of course, I roll a 3. You love that? All right. This is what happens. Actually, you can do 1, 2, 3, or 2. 1, 2. He's like, oh, there's 5 guys in here. 2, and he'll just slide in this spot right here, and he's just gonna go straight for taking his staff and wheeling it around. Doing a gnarly hit for 7 points of damage on that guy. Slaps him upside the head, and which hits him, and then he just kind of looks back at Overage Gone and smiles. And Overage Gone says something to him in Orcish. Maybe. And then he turns around and does
Orcish.
a back fit. Let me get the attack in first so we can move on. Let's see what this attack is. Oh, almost rolled off it. Goes wide, and he catches Overage Gone's hand, laughs again, and then throws it back at him. And Overage Gone looks kind of dismayed. And that'll be the end of Overage Gone's turn.
Oh, all right.
For blood, Harv. Go for blood.
Going for blood. Gonna cast Hunter's Mark on that first guy.
Point.
This one.
If you hold down left click, that'll ping it. I'm assuming that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your bonus action.
And then shoot him.
That's also good. Go for it. Ooh. Yeah, it goes wide and just misses out of the way. Maybe because Obergron's flailing around a little bit too much there. And
Drop 2 spaces this way to get out of the way.
okay. All right. Do you see the end turn button on your screen?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Let me see. There we go. Okay, so as there seem to be trading insults over there between the two, and he just wheels around with this huge Morning Star and Overgrond. And swings wide and completely misses. What does that do? Oh my, okay. Oh, well, I should read these monsters a little bit more before I start combat, so that's for sure. Anyways, no big deal. All right.
All right, I will move here. And 1, 2, 3. Hide.
Okay.
Let's see. Stealth.
Okay.
Okay. And 4, 5 back, and I will shoot.
Well, remember, it's half move and stealthing, so
Oh.
yeah. So you can get 1 square here.
All right, right there. I'll shoot that guy.
All
Still
right,
see him.
Still stealing. Let's see if he sees you. You appear to have a good shot. He's too busy insulting Obergrond over there.
Okay. That's hit.
Ooh, just misses Obergrond and kind of like pierces the top of the bugbear's armor, but doesn't get purchase on flesh. So very, very close. Very close.
That's it. That's my turn.
All right. Not seen there. He moves into this position here, and then all of a sudden he sees you. He's like, "Arr! Arr!" All right, I'm gonna give him 50-50 chance. 1, 2, 3. It's Obergron. 4, 5, 6. It's you, Crumb. Okay, so he sees Crumb, and he says, this guy says, they're sitting there talking to Goblin. All right, here comes the attack. Look out, Crumb.
I can't read it.
I know, it sucks. Oh, bangs off your humongous shield and misses, and that's the end of his turn. Oh my goodness, there you go. Nope, don't end the encounter. Move to the next guy.
All right.
You see, it's getting pretty, pretty clustered up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to move up so I can get a better vantage point.
Yeah, definitely do now.
Yeah, well, I really can't fire through this guy, so he's gonna be my target.
Right?
And he's gonna take a, I'll do a frostbite on him.
Okay.
He's got to make a con save.
Does that beat your? What
Yeah,
is
that's
it?
my DC.
Yeah, what's your DC?
14.
All right, he starts to freeze over, but that nasty, crinkly, like pubic hair that covers his entire body seems to insulate him slightly from your cold spell. But you can see his lips turn blue, and he turns to the other guys and shouts something else in another language.
Should I just give him my wanted poster now?
It could be. All right. Anything else? You still could do some movement.
Yeah, I was thinking I was going to do any movement, but no, there's no reason. So I'm good.
Is that bugbear speaking Goblin?
He is.
What?
I can't read it. I should be able to read it.
Yeah, you should be able to read it.
Yep, can't read it.
I'm looking.
Literally translated, it's wizard, but they really mean geek the mage.
Yeah, it's listed. I'm surprised you can't read it.
Hey,
Oh,
I don't think it's
my
working right in the chat because I don't even have the option to pick a different language in my chat.
Neither do I.
I can see it as goblin.
Well, okay, so to pick a different language, this is what I had to do to make it work. You have to right click on it and pop it out, the chat window, and then you'll see language with that you can select.
Oh, okay.
Which
I
is-
still have common.
You only have common?
Yeah.
Well, Harv will translate for you, but or I can type it to you directly in common. But it says on your sheet that you have goblin, so I don't know why it's not working for you.
Weird.
Yeah, I know. Nothing's perfect in this damn world. Anyways.
All right, Crumb. Sorry.
All right, what are you
It's
doing, Crumb?
okay. Swinging my big hammer.
All right.
There you go.
Ugh. Messing with my big hammer.
Yep, bounces off like his chest. He's like, oh, you're gonna taste good, big horns, he says in broken common. Anything else you're gonna do?
Ymir, you can't hit him from your angle, right?
I can hit him, but I would prefer that you back up.
He's got a lot of
Should I
cover. He's gonna get some definitely partial cover. It's gonna be hard to swing around that corner. He literally
'Cause if
squares
I-
cuts in half.
I could
There's a-
get
there's a
out of
guy
the
right in
way.
front of you.
I could probably get out of the way because he's probably not going to hit me even with the advantage roll, right, on my departure.
It's an opportunity attack, no advantage.
Yeah.
It's a standard roll.
No
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get out of the
Easier
way.
Access to the wizard.
Yeah, get out of the way.
He is going to get easier access to the wizard, but you're up next though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
move in tandem like two highly trained paladins, that have
We're
been
gonna do
fighting
that.
with
We're
each
gonna-
other for months.
This is the classic hero quest move.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, move to where you're going to move there, Crumb. He will take his opportunity attack. Here it comes.
I can see this guy now. Just to let you know for
Oh, man. He swings wide.
Oh,
Is that,
That's
that's
bad.
a critical fail. But
That's
he
a-
might hit himself.
He might, but we'll see.
break his hammer.
No.
Oh.
He actually...
Lay
no,
down the hammer.
No, what that is the way I do criticals is that I roll severity. If you roll one and you roll one again, that is the worst possible thing that could happen, like you hit a friend or a foe. If you roll one and a natural 20, which he did, then it's pretty much a wash, and he accidentally hit himself in the thigh and oh, I look stupid, and he's upset, right? So all right, so he blew that, but then did not blow it so badly. Crumb, anything else? You got bonus actions?
No bonus action will be used at this time.
All right. You want me to advance your turn?
I always just click. Please. I X that thing out when it shows up on the screen.
All right.
Sorry.
All right, Ymir. See, Ymir, you speak Goblin.
I got it to work.
Nice.
Move up. And I'm going to cast a spell.
All right. Oh, nice. Okay. That's a full action, so, yeah, you get to pick up to 3 targets.
Now, the guy in front of me's been hit already, right?
He has not been hit. This guy over here has a little bit of blood on him from when he got whacked upside the head.
All right, in that case, I'm going to select that guy, and that guy for Bane.
Okay.
So that's up to 3 creatures of your choice that you can see within range must make charisma saving throws.
All right. What's the target for the charisma saving throw?
12.
Oh, that's a fail. Whoa, that's a way big fail. So he is baned. He is also massively baned.
Oh.
Holy crap!
No way.
Whoa! No, it's broken. It's broken.
Okay, now some of it was because I already put Bane on him, so they got a negative D4, which I shouldn't have done. But that's a 1, a 1,
are 3
and
natties
a
in a row.
1. And now I'm going to roll something else here.
Dude, they retreat. Where's the morale roll?
What's this for?
All of a sudden, you see these 3 bugbears, and you see, like, you know, the force of your saint hits all of them, and they look shaken. Something that hasn't happened before when you cast the Bane. You see, like, this strange white halo that goes right around their eye section, around their heads, and they're, like, freaking out of what to do at this particular moment. So, and you feel invigorated and empowered.
Saint Augustine.
All right.
And you give me a wink.
You got a bonus action or something, or what do you want to do?
Well, that's it. I'm just gonna hold the ground here.
Okay. All right, Bane number 1 looks kind of freaked out, but he's gonna move up here on this old broken bed, and he's going
Crawl under it.
He's gonna crawl. No, he's not gonna crawl under it.
Suck
He's
it up.
like trying to wildly singing like kill dwarf. He screams in common, but he's not quite sure exactly where he's at, and he's going to attack. Does that guy also be okay? Why? And wildly swings and completely misses Oberge Grand. That was his round. This guy is like, kill them, you cowards! And he runs up in common. Yeah, no. Yeah, why not? He's gonna
Flip a coin.
He's gonna go after Oberge Grand. He's kind of scared of you at the moment. He's gonna do that and totally misses Oberge Grand. It seems like they're in complete disarray and chaos. This guy is gonna throw his javelin at you. He also doesn't seem like he wants to get up in your grill at this moment. And he's going to attack. And also misses well. And well, that was it. That's the end of that round. Jetsam. You're hanging out behind the corner, and you just see like this kind of golden light flare around Ymir, and then you see that the room is a little bit more illuminated in front of you, and you just hear a bunch of banging of like people hitting large objects against the wall. Okay. It's go ahead. Can I? Are you talking? I don't know if he's muted or not.
Yeah, I don't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I stepped down one,
Yeah.
did a stealth, and we'll pop back up.
One, two, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, and I'm gonna take a shot at this guy.
All right. You see, it's a madhouse over there. These guys are swinging their giant morning stars over their head, but they're kind of pointing in different directions, and they just look confused and they're angry and doing like a horrible deal. Okay, go ahead and attack this guy, right?
The one right. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
So with advantage.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
That's a hit for sure.
Okay, and
Nice.
Gee, are you kidding me?
Nice.
All right, you hit him in the shoulder,
Legless over here.
and pretty much goes all the way through his shoulder. But bugbears are tough. He's bleeding quite a bit, but he's not out yet.
okay, and I'm left with a half move, which I assume is not a move, so that will end my turn.
It
correct?
will. Yep, that is correct.
Okay.
Over's Gron. He just kind of like laughs. Oh, your guys are doomed now! And he just flips around and does a strike to the one that just got his shoulder demolished. Okay. And misses. Goes wide. And then, because they're flailing around maybe, and then he goes up and tries to do an open hand strike to his open wound, which totally delivers. And basically, you see him grab onto his shoulder and then just yank down and horribly dislocates that bugbear's shoulder as you almost see like the flesh tear, and it howls in pain as its now almost useless arm is barely gripping its giant weapon.
Is that door supposed to shut?
I was
Oh,
gonna
it
say,
did shut?
somebody just close the door.
Who's closing the door? Probably me. Seeing that his guy is on the ropes, he is going to use he's going to use a key point. He would use a key point to try to finish this guy off, I think. So yeah, why not? So he's going to try to do that. Oh, damn. All right. And then isn't able to follow up and finish him off. All right. That's end over to Gon's turn. If I could. There you go. Harv.
All right. Gonna bonus action stealth.
Attack!
All right.
Ew. No, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then move up.
1, 2. And
Fire
okay.
my short bow.
Okay. The hard shot in the angle for that guy, but not too difficult. Okay, that's definitely enough.
That would be that. Plus the hunter's mark. How do I do the damage there?
If you click on the spell, there should be a damage. And then also you get your sneak attack damage too.
Right. That. And sneak attack.
All right, as you follow up with a critical wounding shot, it clutches, drops its morning star as you hit it right in the chest, and it kind of grabs it as it falls over dead.
Nice.
I'm down.
Oh, wait a minute. Your mark, it's still enough damage to kill him, but your hunter's mark is on this guy.
Oh, they changed places. Whoops.
They all look the same.
They all look the same way, you know. Come on, Wizards of the Coast is not trying to be that way. They don't. They are their own unique little
Distinct, right?
bug flake, or whatever you're going to call it. It didn't matter. The sneak attack damage and the regular hit finished it off. It was pretty dead.
They're
So,
not really evil. They're just misunderstood.
yeah, okay. All right, this guy, not under the effect of that crazy halo, which you start seeing is slowly fading and dissipating. This bugbear will... hell. He's going to move up into this place. I'm going to remove the dead guy. Sorry, and just move his body there. Yeah, he's going to try to attack Ober's ground. Okay, here we go. And completely misses, though Oberge may be having difficulty landing a blow. He is able to avoid all those attacks. All right, so are they one brutal attack? That's the end of that guy's turn. Remember, Darius, because of your halfling ability, you can hide behind a standard person.
It's hard to count as a standard person.
No, but you got those two guys that are
That's true.
that are biggins as well.
I'll move up there and I will try and hide.
That's like your quick foot like racial ability, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who are you gonna shoot at? That guy?
That guy. Yep. The man in front.
Yeah. Let's see. He spots you, kind of dashing between the big horned guy's legs
right.
there.
Nope. Oh. Nope.
Nope. Close, but no
All right.
cigar. You gonna move
Yeah,
anywhere
no.
else? Or you gonna stay there?
Dash back.
All right.
That's it.
Cool. All right. That's the dead guy. Find my...
Well, all right. Well, Alfred sees one target. He's blocking the door.
Yep.
And I'm going to try to frostbite that guy. So he needs to make a DC 14 con save. Ah, same number.
Oh, and that's the guy who's not baned, unfortunately, yeah. Alright, so he starts to freeze up a little bit. And, unfortunately, no effect.
Got it. Now I'm going to maybe... I'll take a step back just to give
Crumb some room.
possibilities, yeah.
Alright.
From
And can I attack diagonal just with
Disadvantage, yeah.
disadvantage?
Or they get... No, actually, what they do, they get... If you move there, he gets some cover. He gets partial cover, is what it is. Not disadvantage.
All right. Well, I think that's really my only.
Yeah, I think it's your only option right now.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and take a swing. Ymir kind of lean back a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Do my best.
I'm not making it as hard because Ymir is a little bit shorter. So the penalty's not as great. So
And he's very much taller.
yeah. Fair amount taller. That's enough with a 21. That makes it Oh, and you laid your damage in one hand, 8 points. All right. Oh, I shut the door again. Sorry, guys. It's because the guy's right there. 8 points. All right. He gets pounded like right upside the head, and you kind of ring his bell a little bit. But once again, they have really thick skulls, so he hasn't gone. Hasn't gone down yet.
Is it my turn now?
Well, I don't know. Crumb, you gonna do anything else or?
Nope,
hang right
that's
there?
all.
Okay.
Put him down.
Gonna make sure I'm gonna use Vow of an Enemy. Ugh, can't say that word.
As a bonus action, you can utter a vow of enmity against a creature. You can see within 10 feet. Using your channel of divinity, you gain advantage on attack rolls for up to 1 minute. Yeah, well, you know, not to overrun your character, but he's pretty beat. He's pretty bloodied compared to some of the other guys. And your channel divinity, you only get to use once per day, right?
Per day?
Yeah, it's not like you get to use it every. I don't think. I mean,
It doesn't say once per day on the description.
You have a certain amount of divinity points, if I remember correctly.
what was that?
I think you have a certain amount of divinity points per day.
I don't know. I gotta look it up. I know clerics usually only get like once, or it could be a couple a day. Let's see. It would be under your features and traits. Let's see. Fighting style. So yeah, your sacred oath, you get 1 per short rest.
Got it. Okay, that's fine.
So yeah, you know. And
I've used it, so I'm committed.
okay. Yeah, you have another thing you can do, that abject enemy.
All right, here we go.
Huh. All right, well that's a hit. You didn't even need it, but that's still a hit nonetheless.
And he was already pretty beat up, I'm guessing, right?
Well, let's see how much damage you do. Five damage. 5. Yeah, you roll 1. My goodness. Yep. Dang. All right. Deep slash into him, but yeah, not enough to take him out yet. So, but he's starting to, you know, falter as he drops to one knee and then gets himself barely back up in time. And all right, this guy is going to use the disengage action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's his turn. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. Yeah. And next guy. All right, it seems like a bunch of them started beating feet. And I gotta pop this open, sorry, to get my language. You hear this one shouts as he goes running off.
Ruh-roh. That one's running to go tell their boss.
All right, Jetsam, you're muted again, I think.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna stick with the same script. I'm gonna go. So I'll go 1, 2. Gonna stealth roll. And then 3, 4, 5, 6. And taking a shot at this guy.
Okay, he seems pretty preoccupied, so that means you can have advantage.
Huzzah!
All right, it's a pretty solid shot. Can you finish him? Boom, right between the eyes, he falls dead.
Huzzah! Okay, and that was, yeah, so that's the end of my turn.
The one in the doorway's dead.
It is. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes running up here. Ober's gone. Does a flying leap as he pole vaults up with his staff. He'll take the unarmed strike first. As he goes to kick him in the head. He's like, "Who's running now, coward?" And he just misses. Bounces off the wall and then lands on the ground. Swings around with his staff to hopefully finish him off or take him out or do something. Just enough to get the damage in. Oh, dang. A mighty blow. So the kick must have been a feint and hits him pretty hard, but of course we all know these bugbears are tough. All right, that's Ober's God's turn. He's happy.
So did one actually get around the corner running?
You see what you see, man.
Yep. Oh, I'm going to over here. Acrobatics to get through everybody?
Yeah, you could roll it just to see, you know. It's kind of clustered. It is really tight in there. I'd make do acrobatics or dex roll. There's a couple bodies laying in front of the door too. These guys are big. Yeah, not heinous. You don't, it'll be rough terrain. So it's and you can't cut tight corners like that. So you go. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you have 6?
I have 6, yeah.
Okay.
Then that guy going to bonus action to move my hunter's mark to him and fire.
Sounds good. Fire away.
Nice.
That's a natural 20, right? So roll them. All that, I believe all that dice is doubled.
And then, where's the...
That's 10, right?
Yeah.
And you get the hunter's mark, which will be, I think they'll give you the critical on that. Okay, so another 18. Oh, it's so disgusting. Okay, and then you got your... Oh, no, you don't get your sneak attack damage because you don't have any foes and you weren't stealth. Still, a solid hit.
That's it.
17. Wow, dang. Yeah, you hit him like right in the Achilles. He's like limping, but still going. Yeah, so that's... Wow. All right, he looks pretty... He looks, yeah, right through the Achilles, you know, tendon on his back calf as he was running away, and he looks back at you and he's like, "Arr!" Yeah, that guy's dead.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take that back. 1, 2, 3. Try and hide again.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, I don't know. Hold on, man. We don't know. We don't know. Let's see. Yeah, he kind of...
All right.
He kind of sees you coming in.
Try and pop that guy. Nope.
Nope.
Just not my night.
A little wide, a little wide.
All right. I'll stay there. That's
Okay.
my end of my turn.
He did.
All right, the next that guy's dead. Alfred.
All right. Oh boy. Let's see. Is it too crowded? You're gonna make me dex roll through this cluster?
If you want to
Yeah,
try to
so-
get no, this square right here will be rough terrain. There's
yeah.
two bodies piled up there, big bugbear bodies, right? So
All
if
right.
you want to get past, it's 1 for your mirror, 2, 3 to get here, and then 4 to get any of those squares around Harv.
All
So
right,
just pick a
that's what I'll
square.
do.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I'll move you.
Okay.
Boom. There you go. And then you still got two squares of movement, I think, right?
One, 'cause I moved one to get behind Ymir. And which I'll take. So,
Okay.
alright. Well, let's see. Yep, I'm gonna frostbite this guy.
All right.
DC 14?
Yep.
Unless he's baned.
He is baned. Why didn't the negative go in there? Wait, did it? Let's see.
Well, it's the 1d4 to the damage. It's a negative 1d4 to damage.
It is? I thought Bane was a minus to all saving throws.
Yeah, saving throws too, I thought.
Oh, saving throws too. I'm sorry.
Does it say that? Bane, saving, okay.
Yep.
When a
attack
target-
roll or saving roll. Yep, it's both saving rolls and attack rolls.
Right. So, I don't know why. It was working before.
It worked. I see it. It was a 1d20 plus 1 plus minus 1d4.
Well, what was his bane level?
So he rolled a 16,
Right.
and
DC
then
14. So
then
he needs to have
minus
a
2,
Oh, no,
14,
so
but he
made it.
has plus 1 because it's Constitution bonus.
Oh,
Okay, so it's
yeah.
right. So yeah, sorry. I know these guys are hardy creatures, man. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's all I got.
Crumb, the way is open.
All right, so I'm gonna charge through.
All right, so that's 1 to get up here. I'm going to move you to Ymir.
Okay.
2, 3 to get over the bodies, and
Got
then
it.
4 to get probably here or below Harv. And then the rest is like you got standard normally 6 squares of movement, so you got 2 more as your move, and then that would be it. And then you could do 6 more as using a standard action for up to 6 more squares of movement, and then lend defense to somebody, or if the creature tries to pull away, you might get an opportunity attack. Those are.
Or I could close the door on this person.
Why would you want to close the door?
Yeah. He may have not saw what happened.
Oh.
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
I am going to. And how does the assist work?
As long as you're within 5 feet of
Orbridge.
Yeah. So you could be here, or the enemy that's fighting Oberge, I think, is what it is.
Let me check real quick, because that's probably what I'm gonna do. Within 5 feet of you.
Yeah, so you have to be within 5 feet.
All right. And I'm actually gonna do a little of that.
All right.
Am I still within 5 feet right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you still have a bonus action if you want to commit to that.
Yeah, I don't have to use it right now though, right?
Well, so if you don't use your bonus action, then it kind of rolls into bonus actions happens on your turn, and then a reaction happens outside of your turn. So you get one reaction if it's not your turn.
Okay. And just to be clear, because I always get confused because I think my thing's messed up. Interception and protection. There's one I don't have, right?
Yeah, you have protection. That means if a creature is going to attack somebody, you can use your reaction
to make them roll with disadvantage. So I just have to call it out before they roll.
Right, exactly.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm just doing nothing.
Okay. Ymir.
So I just have to spend 1 additional square to get over the 2 corpses?
All right, so that's 2 to get over the corpses, 3 to get either side of Harv. 3, right? 4, 5, 6. Because you now move 6. So that's 7.
And I can see this guy. And so what I'm going to do
5,
is
6. So you're here. That's 6 right there.
I still
1,
see
2.
this guy.
Yep, you sure do. Oh, this guy? Barely. Make a perception roll.
But I still see... I mean, I can see him on the map.
Yeah, you can see part of him, right? But he's moving around the corner. You're only seeing like 1/8 of his square.
Okay.
You can totally see this guy right here.
I want to compel duel this guy. Why does this music keep always get resetting after every character?
I don't know, man.
It's so loud.
Is it too loud?
For me, it was. I turned it down on my end.
All right, there you go. And the problem is that because this guy is not an ally, he does block your line of sight, right?
Okay.
If it was like one of your guys, you could see past him, but if it's an enemy, he definitely provides like cover and difficulty seen. Now I'll give you a perception roll if you want to try to see if you can catch any kind of glimpse of this guy.
That'd be for a bonus action, the perception roll?
No, I mean, give you a free, you roll mega high, you get it. If you want to,
That's an 11.
Okay. Yeah, you could pretty much only see this guy right here.
And he hasn't been touched yet.
No, this guy is jacked up.
Oh, he's jacked up?
Yeah, he was jacked up by one of the archers because he has like a huge arrow in him.
And I'm not going to cast that spell. Alright,
I mean, you feel that you could sprint out that door and like be right on top of those guys.
I just don't know what's in the next room.
That's always the scary part.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, and now you see what's on. Whoops, sorry. What's on the other side of that room?
It's just those two guys I see so far.
Yeah, now you can clearly see that you're up against this foe. You see this guy right here. He's beating feet around the corner. This guy sees you charging up after he just took an arrow, and he's trying to stand his ground and to maybe delay you from moving forward. Maybe they're scared of you. All right, so this guy, yeah, he's gonna risk taking a shot at Crom. He's like,
Again?
not what this guy? He's locked into combat, and I think he looks a little bit more feared, like wildly swinging at of Crumb because he's so bizarre looking. Orcs, they're a dime a dozen, but this crazy demon with a head like that with horns, he's gonna go for it. And he misses, so he sucks. All right, that's the end of his turn. And then this guy, he's gonna stand his ground. And he's gonna come up and swing at you. Ymir.
Okay.
I just keep hitting attack 5 times like it's supposed to do something. All right, there you go.
Ain't hitting that.
He ain't hitting that. That goes sails wide. And let's see. I keep closing my special windows too. All right. And then this guy.
Why am I suddenly not being able to understand that?
Because you have to highlight your token, and you should be able to see it.
Ah, thanks.
All right. All right, it is 10 o'clock on the dot, pumpkin time. Shut it down for the night since we're at the start of a new turn, or keep on rolling?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
Go to bed.
It's 1 a.m. here.
All right. Okay, well, pretty good night. I mean, I thought you guys did an excellent job, honestly, of figuring out, what to do with the skull. I don't know if you guys saw the roll, but, it was a good idea. You had the chalice, which also was a good idea. Decent role playing. So I gave you a 10% chance that anything would happen, and you rolled a 6.
Yeah.
That's how lucky you got. So, there was always a chance. Normally, under normal circumstances, if the need wasn't great, you feel that you're yanking the Saint's chain too often that you might not respond. But obviously, it seems like the Saints are watching both over your paladins and all of you at this time,
Maybe they're just trying to one-up each other.
That's yeah,
The
maybe,
competition.
but the big thing is that to think about it, the dice spoke. That is the will of the Saint. I gave it a slim 10% chance, boosted up for some role playing, using possible accoutrements. Somebody gave you the chalice, right? It has supposedly, it has some ornamentals on it that has important figures to the Saint. The need was great, and your prayers were answered by, either a Saint or excellent die rolls. So that's what makes the game awesome. So anyway, so we're going to close down the stream. The guys need to get to work early tomorrow, and thank you for joining us here in the den for more D&D 5e live play, and probably got a few more weeks of this, and then we're going to probably be wrapping it up and moving on to a new adventure, because this module theoretically be done, and these guys will have the option either to sally forth to the same group, modify, or go for something totally